Hey, good morning everybody. I'm doing a little bit more mess making out here. Hadn't done a video in a while, or a segment, so I thought I'd show you what's been going on with the quarter panel removal. As you can see, it's pretty much gone. I do have to do a little bit more down here on the rocker panel, and gonna have to do some rocker panel replacement along there. Trash truck's helping me out. I do have the replacement part for that, so that should not be a huge deal. We'll give you a hint when you start pulling out the quarter panel along this window. You can see there's some small pieces left here. I cut those into strips, kind of this direction, and then the strips that are not spot welded onto this piece will come off easily, and then these that remain, you'll just have to go back in here, and I use one of those little very small air belt sanders to get through those spot welds. You can see along the roof there, makes a pretty good mess trying to get everything out. Probably one of the most difficult parts is digging the pieces out from under here. You need to make sure you get all that out, and then you're probably going to have to do hammer and dolly work along there to straighten everything. This is back along the filler panel that goes between the two quarters. Really just getting in there and getting those pieces out. I still have to get this part under here is still attached, and I'll use that aforementioned air belt sander, the little tiny thin ones, to get in there and get those spot welds out. Otherwise, kind of hard to get in there and reach for things. Good Lord, that trash truck makes a lot of noise. A lot of stuff cut out in the back. You can see that the frame rails are pretty much gone in there. I've still got to get in with the spot weld cutter and take out the edges of them, and then chase them up to the front under the four pan, so I have to get that done. I talked about why building a halo for this car and trying to make sure it was all straight wasn't a great idea. Just show you it in here. I don't know if you can see this very well. Yeah, it looks like it's going to come out. You see these huge dents inside the inner wheel well? Got one there, and then there's a pretty good one back here. So that's where the car was smashed, and it's not straight. So that entire back end is actually kind of sagging down. It's been pushed down back by the trunk. So to build a halo for this car, I just didn't feel it would be appropriate to do. Maybe it'd give you something to measure off of. I'm not sure. For me, I'm just going to have to cut the spot welds on the side of the inner wheel well here, along here, and straighten that panel out, straighten the wheel well out both sides, and then kind of go from there. You can see I've got a lot of the outer wheel well cut away. I just went down the step down on that little piece right there, cutting that out. I'll do the same thing through here, and probably just go ahead and take the whole thing out all the way down. And then on the new one, we'll cut down this same seam along here and then sew it back in. So you can either do it that way, or you can drill out all the spot welds along here. Once you get to here, it gets a little more difficult because you're back behind two sets of panels. But if that's your choice, then go ahead and do that. Tons of work to do, but you know, once you start getting things done, it's a little bit nicer. All right, more as we go.